we are living in a time right now where all of these sports teams have realized that, and all of these leagues, that if they can make, and Sampson was ahead of the game on this. He had the Marlins on Showtime. That show would have been so great if they had just been able to continue televising the truth, which everyone eventually got scared of, which is where some of these things are going to be scrubbed. Mahomes is too large of an economy for that show to actually be honest. Whatever it is, you might get a glimpse, more of a glimpse than you're used to getting, but you're not going to get a real glimpse. You're going to get what Cousins and Mahomes and Mariota want you to see.
Man, Mahomes isn't that careful. Like, he'll give you a quote. Like, he is pretty arrogant, and he has a right to be. Like, I can glean plenty from his personality. He does put himself out there plenty. He's about to do the match.
Yeah, but Mike, are they going to dive into the things that really bother him? Right? The things that you see on the surface and you're like, ooh, are we going to ask him about his brother, or do we have that relationship?
Well, did they? You tell us. You saw it.
That's a wait and see.
The show's called Quarterback, not Big Brother.
It's wait to see, Dan.
Hashtag wait to see. The thing that I'm saying to you, Mike, and I'm saying to the audience, in my experience, that doesn't mean it can't change with young people and streaming and just what content becomes. But in my experience, that position is the most careful about the polishing of public things said and done more than any other position in sports, because it's the only position where you're the face and voice for an entire sports community when you're great at something, whether it's Cousins in Minnesota, even Mariota in Atlanta, because of how football matters.
Has that not changed recently? We have Baker Mayfields and Cam Newtons and Lamar Jacksons, and we're analyzing Twitter behavior and Twitter likes.
All of whom aren't doing documentaries, all of whom make their teams a little bit afraid of their general behavior because it's young people setting a new market for what old people get to make decisions on. Now, Mahomes is strong enough. Mahomes could actually do an honest thing. Mahomes has the power that he could do whatever he wants. But when Travis Kelce tried to do a dating show, Andy Reid shut that down. And Travis Kelce had to go win titles, and now he's got a podcast.
But he did do the dating show. Like, he wanted to shut it down, but like he did do it.
He did it over the objections for 1 year of management because of how it made him look, and tight ends are different than quarterbacks.
Right, Travis Kelce does whatever the bleep he wants, including hosting SNL. No one's telling Travis Kelce what to do.
Now, Mike, he wanted to do a second season of that dating show. They convinced him otherwise, and he did it against their wishes. My larger point is, in my experience, those documentaries can't be honest. I'm not saying they can't give you glimpses of honesty. I'm saying that you're not going to get the kind. You might get more access than you're used to getting, but it's not going to be the all access that I would want from something like that.
It's staged.
It's manufactured access, but isn't that what we always talk about, Dan? It's like Hard Knocks. Why is it so interesting for the first week and a half? Because, where it's football, we want to see what's happening inside the training camp. We want to see people being their goofy selves. We have Kirk Cousins, who is starch, right? I'm not going to say otherwise. He's a guy who, like Mike said, we're trying to figure out what he is. Is he a good quarterback? Is he somebody who's not going to get you over the hump? Like, who is this guy? And then you see him at home. It's like, he's kind of starch there too.
Tony, this is what I'm telling you about the selection of these three guys, and Mahomes can be the different one. But when I interviewed Mariota on Highly Questionable, I asked more questions of the sub that was next to him, the sandwich for Subway, that looked like Mariota than I did of Mariota, because Mariota was giving me so little in that interview. I was asking more questions about how much ham is in your nose there, because the Subway
interview,
the Subway sandwich that was next to him was more interesting to me than whatever Mariota was going to say as rehearsed prospect giving interview as what he thinks a quarterback is supposed to be.
Well, this is why we should ask Tony how it is. How's his show?
I don't
because
want
on
to
the
spoil
surface,
it though, guys. That's the thing. You haven't seen it. I don't want to spoil it.
But do you think that you're worried that he's not a good enough quarterback or a good enough personality? But he was asked because he was willing?
I'm legitimately asking you guys if this can be good, and I started with telling you I don't trust Tony's judgment on these things.
It's going to be good. It's football in July, guys. Come on.
It's going to be good, but
it's going to be good.
But you've seen it.
For you guys, it's going to be good.
How many episodes are there?
8.
Hard Knocks, Arizona, the Cardinals story during the season didn't catch on. Nobody was talking about during the season. There really is a football fixed part of this where I want to get ready for football with a little Hard Knocks in August or in July.
Ooh, that guy's there. I didn't know that.
You saw the problem that they're having with Hard Knocks proper. The preseason Hard Knocks that everybody knew and fell in love with is nobody wants to do it, and they're seriously considering just running it back with Dan Campbell and the Lions.
The Jets should want to do it, but I can't get enough of what the reaction is in the huddle to our quarterback is in Denver promoting psychedelics.
Keynote speaker, Dan.
And how would that land if he were merely black?
I didn't say that.
Come on, you know you wanted to.
Wouldn't it be great if there were just a black quarterback out there?
We have a drug advocate for a quarterback that just had a pretty bad season by his standards. That's always in the news for the wrong reasons, and yet distraction doesn't really lap up upon his shores. Why is that? We heard more about the distraction that was Lamar Jackson than we heard about Aaron Rodgers.
Now you're doing it.
No, Dan. You want to do it.
I do want to do it.
You know you want to do it.
What if Aaron Rodgers was on quarterback? Would that suck you in?
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Because you don't think it would be staged?
I think that this guy's so loose right now, loosened up by psychedelics and mind alters. I believe that he doesn't care right now how it is that he's being viewed because he's gone face first into the buzzsaw of I'm going to be maximum myself as I head into midlife crisis age and I wonder about the worth of what I do for a living. I want to alter my mind so that I can have a better experience with the universe, a deeper experience with the universe. I want to see how kooky that story gets. Don't you?
It would still be staged. He's not going to do a documentary. The NFL wouldn't allow it. Roger Goodell and the powers that be would not allow
You think the
an
NFL,
unhinged documentary
you think
on Aaron
the
Rodgers.
NFL is okay with him leading a symposium on psychedelics?
He's trying to raise money. Give him a break.
I would advocate on behalf of testing all of those boundaries to alter your mind so that you can have spiritual and eternal peace. I would argue the same things that he's arguing.
Some people just want to get high.
Have you eaten the chocolates?
I have not.
Have
no.
you thought about doing it?
I have not.
Therapeutically?
I have never. The chocolates. I've eaten other chocolates. They don't
I don't mean a
have-
Kit Kat.
They don't have.
When I'm at a festival, no one goes, "Hey, bud, this will really alter you spiritually and make you find peace."
You're going to the wrong festivals.
No, they usually says, "Hey, want to get high?" I'm like, "Yep."
Don't you think that Aaron Rodgers, whether it's darkness retreats or elsewhere, is seeking some sort of higher meaning?
No, I think he seeks people like you and other people saying he's seeking higher meaning.
So
when
you just
he's
think he wants to get high?
Some people
He's
just
an
want to get high.
attention monger. I think he wants attention.
Some people just want to get high.
High on attention?
He's getting high on his own supply, which, as we all know, is against one of the 10 crack commandments.
It's Frank Lopez Scarface before that. Frank Lopez said, don't get high on your own supply with Michelle Pfeiffer. Long before that.
Frank, I give you a beer.
That's bad business.
Didn't you just hear Frank Lopez?